Hello, and welcome to another episode of my Alpha Centauri Let's Play. This is Northstar. Hope you folks are well. I'm here as the Peacekeepers in Alpha Centauri. This is the original game without the expansion because, to reiterate, for those of you new to this series or forgotten, or who have forgotten. God, I can never speak Crow enough with my long COVID, which is another thing. Well, sometimes I can't speak Crow enough. But that's another thing. For those of you new to my channel, I am disabled long COVID. Sometimes it makes it a little harder for me to focus, speak Crowy, etc. I apologize for that. Today seems to be, at this particular moment, kind of bad. I recommend, if you're new to this channel, watching a series in the beginning. You can also check out my other series. I have a number of games I do. Some of them are pretty cool. From time to time, I'll mention them in this series. Give me a sec here. Sorry. Doing a couple sort of exercises to try and help a little with my clarity of speech and wake up a little. Sleep well, and on top of that, I think my jaw's a little bit tight because of some jaw pain, which with Medicaid I have terrible dental care, and it's hard to get like an orofacial surgeon that's any good and that's available because to look into jaw pain, because Medicaid already sucks in the United States and they're making it so much worse with the coming budget cuts. It's freaking ridiculous. The government exists to serve to help its people. And in case, I'm sure some right wingers, if they pick them up here, are going to be like, ooh, nanny state. No, I mean, it's easy to come up with nasty insults. Well, maybe not always easy, but any ability to come up with a vicious mockery or insult something does not mean you're right. It just means you're an asshole. Government allows people to do things they're bigger than they could do individually, like manage an economy for the common good, and that includes welfare is really a redistribution of resources. It's an acknowledgement of the failures of a free market system, which is free market's kind of like a djinn. It gives you what you ask for, but it's always fucked up, not really the way you wanted it, and in a way that'll hurt you in the end. So, that's even represented in the game here. You want economic growth, sure, but it'll come at the expense of -3 planet rating. So the Mindworms will eat you alive when they attack. And -5 police rating, so you won't be able to fight wars, which is probably why you had a strong economy to begin with to outcompete your competitors. Since, from a roleplay perspective, going all free market instead of something more planned that cares for people's needs, I mean, you're doing it to be competitive, I assume, unless you're some free market fundamentalist type, which you can go free market and fundamentalism in the game. In fact, I might do that at certain points. So you can't explore because passivism drones will really hurt you trying to send out a ton of ships, scouts, etc. exploring. You can't fight wars without putting huge portions of your population presumably in prison with punishment spheres and maybe a base that's all specialists, which I don't know, maybe that represents like a prison labor camp. There's just no way that it's anything but dystopian. And definitely the punishment sphere is dystopian. And although you can't do it as peacekeepers, the government civic that often goes best with free market is police state. People are like, oh, democracy. Yeah, I mean, sure, that doubles down on the economy and the energy economy, but there's diminishing returns that you need the industry to actually support energy economy. Police state reduces the police effect of free market, and it gives you some extra minerals to play with because you have less unit support, and you should always be supporting an average of 4 units of base between military units and formers. People don't build enough formers. If you aggressively build formers in some military units and scouts, you're going to have 4 units of base. You're going to be able to make use of what is the talking as if I'm talking about the support cost, sorry, which police state gives, which is plus at 2 support, which it gives. Plus 2 police will though reduce the police effect to -3. So only extra drone if more than 1 military unit away from territory. I assume that's per base. So that allows you to have 1 military unit per base that's out of your territory, and then you can have maybe a second or third bases are really happy. So you can have a small elite military that goes to war. It's doable there before you invest in punishment sphere type thing, and maybe you still do that without having to have clean reactors. With text detonation, ironically, clean reactors are more worthwhile because you're going to be at that tech level where you just got clean reactors for a lot longer before the game is over. And you probably have higher industry by the time you get it. Anyways, how am I doing for time? Almost 7 minutes. Just thinking of what to do with the scout patrol. The Mindworms could attack at any time. Could. Doesn't mean they will. Well, what tile did I select? Here. Oh, just trying to select the energy tile, but give me a sec while I plan this bit out of the move. All right, sorry. By the way, what I said didn't even make any sense. I said the Mindworms could doesn't mean that well. What I meant is 2/3 chance. Yeah, this is more fish on average. What I meant is they could attack any particular unit. Obviously, they're going to attack somewhere. And that move failed. But it just leaves me with the scout patrol in the city. So that's fine. If the one that 2/3 move had succeeded, I might have sent the other one out this way. I really do need to get units out here to defend this artifact as it comes back. And if I have enough on their way, I can afford to hunt some Mindworms as I bring it back at the same time. And on the way out. Because I want units hunting Mindworms almost continuously for the energy credits and to wean out these disciplined units, which especially as the game year increases, Mindworms come at higher and higher life cycles. I really should. I think it's every perihelion it advances 1 life cycle. So after the first one, they're at the equivalent of discipline right now. After the next perihelion, which is actually coming soon, they'll advance the equivalent of hardened. Well, they'll advance to it when the perihelion begins, and they'll stay at it after, and so forth. So it's on 80-year cycles, or 40-year cycles. No, it's 20 on, 40 off or something. It's like somewhere between 40 and 80-year cycles. So there should be another perihelion before too long. I think in 12 turns, 12 years, if I've got it right. You'll eventually get all the way to equivalent of elite, i.e. demon boils. So these like disciplined hardened units, they're gonna just die really easy to later Mindworms. It's better to train them now where they have a chance of surviving on attacks. Pretty good odds, actually. Did that because there was a tiny chance of Mindworms there. Gotta keep hunting them. Mindworm. Looks like all my formers working on the condenser there. Yeah, it's in that rainy tile. It'll help the rolling moist become rolling rainy moist, and this become flat and rainy. And this become rolling and rainy. With one further north. Here is going to be a base probably. Sooner or later. So I should mention I talked about doing supply cars everywhere. There actually is a unit limit in this game, 2,000 units on the map between all the factions combined. It's unlikely I'd reach that realistically in this. Maybe if I do a Thinker mod run later, since you can really grow a lot more with Alien Crossfire, and with Thinker mod, the AI will build a lot more units. Maybe it's vaguely possible that could bump up against the unit limit very late game if I really go heavy on supply cars and the AI does it too. And then lots of military unit spam. Possible, unlikely, but you never know. Lots of clean reactor units mean you can always get there with enough time. If I disabled everything but Conquest Victory, maybe. Or kept playing after a victory condition was met. So eventually, no matter what, you're going to have large numbers of pops working tiles directly because you'll run out of unit limit for supply cars if you go far enough in the game. Which is just one more reason the free drones are better than the peacekeepers. Although that's not practical or relevant for almost any actual, not for winning a game. This is just a, I don't know what to call it. Not illusions of power, but there's nothing here, is there? Anyways. Should probably try and make the Mindworms attack the rover that can disengage. That would be smarter than having them attack. Where disengagement is not possible. For the scout patrol. I'd rather kill them on attacking than on defense, so if they make this disengage, then I wait another turn, there we go, the fungus, I attack them. Possibly onto the tile with this mine here. In fact, like with that tower, or this one. Fine, I'm always north of it, or northeast of it. Presuming, well, the base isn't working that tile right now anyways. I was going to say, I was presuming if they move on the native life turn, I still get the yields as long as I clear it instantly, but I could be wrong. Either way, this base hasn't grown yet. It's working all this stuff in a forest instead because it's strictly superior to a 1 nutrient 2 mineral mine. I need that tile to come rainy, so it's 2/2, in which case it's a nutrient instead of an energy. By the way, in terms of working condensers, here this would be when I do free market eventually, 3 nutrient 2 energy tile. A forest can't get around the energy limit just because I'm running a forest. I would have to have the tech for it, so it'd be the same energy and more nutrients. The forest would basically be 2 nutrients instead of 2 minerals. So actually superior yields even before forest grows in there. Of course, because of the pacifism drones, I'm likely to actually run planned democracy way before I go free market, which should probably be free market fundamentalists when I do. Fundamentals still allow me to train more elite units, especially probe teams. Partially cancel out therefore the combat effects against native life that I suffer from free market because I'll have more elite units. Very partially, because I'll train units at disciplined who would have been green and become disciplined after 1 battle automatically, or veteran level where I have the command center, which could become commando with a monolith. Or I could try and fight them until they get to commando and make them elite. Anyways, so I don't know if you guys can hear that cough. It bothers me. They want to skirmish this rover again. I guess they can pick their poison. I don't care. So is that. Send this back into the base, which wouldn't want the base to somehow get destroyed. The Mindworm was to bypass planetary terrest. And I got this former here. Give me a sec while I examine tiles off camera. Alright, I was considering a couple possibilities here. Because of the combined issue of the Mindworms there and wanting to get mountain command a little bigger to get it swole. I do. Let's do a condenser here. Let's make it to a 3 nutrient 1 energy tile. So in efficiency, this doesn't matter. By the time this could actually work the condenser, it would just the extra nutrients to go to waste, so I'd rather be working a forest still. One that no other base can actually work. at that. So won't get any other bases way. By the time that's complete, space will have grown. I can work at the condenser to grow planetary trust until mountain command grows, or maybe work it for a turn and then swap the condenser to mountain command here. I should say. Eventually, I'm probably going to produce some colony pods here at Planetary Trust to settle east. It's more efficient than doing a World Food Program, which is bigger, costs more nutrients to replace. Although there's a huge nutrient surplus here. I may end up doing both bases inevitably. Having both do colony pods, but expect this one will really slow down in growth rate. Probably working at 2 tile next, and then stupid gnat. Sorry, stupid little things get through the screen here. I didn't quite get it, but I tried to. There's a gnat flying around my face. So, this is currently in a golden age, but the golden age will end when it grows to size 7. Grow size 8, that'll be 80 nutrients. It should be continuing to produce 8 surplus turn. So just cleanly 10 turns to fill Q again to reach size 8. And then it's 90. Probably fall to die. Did I get it? I just stunned the little bugger. They get knocked out of the air, and if you don't see where they are and crush them, then they come and fly again after a little bit. Yeah, anyways, I could sit here and plan the growth out, but one thing I might do is colony pods and put some just on World Food Program because I already have the nutrients to support a couple specialists there. It's doable. Try and create a major research center eventually at this base, which with librarians, where I could do a research hospital network node, and inefficiency doesn't affect specialists, so it'll work out. Help me keep up with science, or maybe I go technician's energy bank actually, since I already have the tech for that and energy is more valuable. Although you do effectively have to keep specialists happy, so how would I do that? Well, this base could reach size 9 on its own, or 10. So it's probably going to level at around 25 or 26 nutrients, which is enough to support up to size 13. Could do some doctors. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Oh yeah, what am I saying? I'll put a base here and that'll split some of the tiles. Alright. Well. Oh yeah, this will also help get that retcons done sooner. Oh yeah, I did mean to... it auto suggests this. Plasma defensive to replace the scout skirmisher. I don't even have any of these in production. Once I've prototyped plasma weaponry. Nerve gas, I don't think it works on wildlife, and I wouldn't want to do it to another human faction. I could upgrade that scout rover I have to plasma defensive. It's worth considering. So I'll save the design. And where even is the bloody thing? It's recognizable as being one rover without a laser on the front. Yeah, it's somewhere. Wonder. Can automate particular classes units. No way to select that particular one. Oh well. I don't remember what rank Scout Rover's at. Where I even sent it. Maybe not, but I may need some fast-moving armored units, and the alternative is to bring plasma sentinels around to defend my stack, which are cheaper to replace, but I would need transports just to move them. Maybe. I could, of course, have plasma. There's no rule against transporting rovers in transports for even greater mobility. It would help with rotating the units back for healing faster. Different things to think about. With how long these units are just drawing support before they'll likely be destroyed, there's not a big difference in 2 versus 3 rows. You know, if something costs 3 rows of support, it's the difference between 5 and 6. So the plasma stuff is actually probably more cost effective in the long run because of that. Very low tech levels, you definitely want to prioritize upgrades. It becomes less worthwhile later, especially once you get clean reactors.
Terraform complete.
Oh, where did they finish? Condenser here, rolling and rainy. That's going to planetary trust. Okay, so it grows in a couple turns. Hmm. Forgot about that when I was planning out all this, but well, that condenser might not help get the right common sooner than it will at least be workable by my own command eventually. So, cool. That's already a rainy towel now. Some point I'll build a condenser here so this becomes rainy, and then I might do a farm mine up there. Alright, Scout Patrol Recon Rover. No mindworms there. Minerals to Forest Agency from a completed condenser. Cool. Soon they'll have a mine they can work. So they actually make minerals. 14 nutrients to grow. Two more turns where I can't work the mine. So yeah, it's perfect. I can swap this condenser, this mine. That one's mainly smart, can get overgrown. And helps with some of the nearby tiles, if I remember. I think this one was this moist before, I think it was. Whatever. This probe team's moving along. Oh, there's the scout rover, and yeah, it's already a veteran, so I might upgrade it to defensive rover. That one with the plasma armor. Let me save, actually, really quick. And see, I'm not going to make the upgrade. Should be able to see what it costs. Scout skirmisher. Oh, I haven't prototyped the synth metal yet. But yeah, it might be an expensive upgrade. I guess this is 30 and this is oh, I don't know. I'll find out, I suppose. Probe team, hardened from World Health Organization. Even better probe teams once I grab Fundamentalist. I don't know if this will work, but I think if I contact Miriam and she asks me to go Fundamentalist, I think she'll like me more, and maybe I'll even avoid the upheaval cost, though I doubt it. If I swap when she asks me to. Might be right after I get this tech, a good time to do tech trades also. Presumably she can ask me to go Fundamentalist before she does it herself. I don't know, might require her to take it first. Would help her win her war against Morgan if I gave her secrets of the human brain. Got a sensor array there. I'll border agency defend itself if necessary. And other units that might be around defending, for instance, this borehole. Or forest here eventually. Or hydrology council defending itself. So yeah, I did it on the rocky tile because it takes a bit of effort to level it out. Not necessarily worth it right now. I need a sensor array somewhere. you get people talking about the game. Oh, Rocky Tiles, we want to mine them. They have to reiterate that's dumb. At least in the base game, that's really dumb. Because the tech ecological engineering that lifts the mineral limit is also the tech that allows boreholes. So you might as well just dig a borehole. It takes a little longer, but it's much higher yields. Since pops aren't free to sustain, you can think of it in terms of per pop profit. A mine on a rocky tile is barely profitable at 4 minerals. Not barely, but it's always small profit. Like 5 energy equivalents. A borehole is something like, well, I don't know, effective profit of at least 16 if you count, depending on how much you value nutrients. It's definitely worth extra turns. It's actually more cost effective in terms of profit per farmer. And you won't have to go back and rework the tile later into boreholes if you build it to begin with. Plus, allows you to go denser, not have so many tiles to defend. Sorry. So I should try and actually do a fight with this rover before I hit the monolith. Right here, it's 2 tiles in there. Nice. Mindworms, when you need them. I feel like I'm doing an advertisement for some shitty product. Mindworm, when you need it. It's Mindworm Flakes. I don't know. Oh my god. They win. They should. Yep, reach discipline status. Though they're damaged enough, it'll take 2 turns to reach the monolith now. But probably gonna do it anyways to repair, so it's not like even you have to remember that unit needs it. God, that would be a really terrible product. Mindworms for breakfast. Mindworm eggs for breakfast. I don't know. It's like, no thank you. No thank you. Hmm. Darn it. Probe team failed to move there. Could have actually just moved over there, but I mean, there's no hurry. It is better if rovers don't end their turn on fungus. Makes them more at risk of death. Hmm. What? I did save, and I'm being dumb. There we go. There's no reason to risk the bounce there, so I no longer have. Although that probe team will actually get in the way of hunting. Let's do this in the right order. Wait, can this one?
Indigenous life form.
Cool. I can have this. That way I'll have something to defend the probe team if I win. If I win. Yes, that is a reference to Trump's fascist saying he wouldn't accept the election results unless he won. That's an utterly fascist statement. I don't care what else you think about anything else he said. Even if nothing else he ever said was that is a rejection of democracy. Elections are only valid if I win. No. It's not how democracy works, buddy. Now, I don't know if this probe team dies if the rover does, so I should probably double stack actual combat units there. There we go. That was not exactly optimal for maximum Mindworm mods, but I did get one that I didn't before, so it evens out, probably. Close enough. Bring the probe team here, because I'd like to have the probe team go out next to parade ground. I don't know if the Spartans shouldn't ask for it to be removed, I don't think. Even if they do, I think you can tell them, like, delay doing it for a turn. So I should be able to get the probe team at least into parade ground. I don't think they, yeah, I'm like 99% sure they won't ask me to remove a probe team from their territory, even if they can see it, unlike military units. So, pretty sure they're exempt from that. Right. I was escorting this damaged rover back. Boom. It's got just enough health that it can withdraw, so I don't need to double stack it and shouldn't. Yeah, Xenofungus can't withdraw, regardless, though. I'll defend the hardened unit with this one, because my veteran units are worth their weight in gold. I really could have had a lot more hardened units if I had not had the rovers go monolith for straight away. Although I did that because I was kind of panicking the Spartans would attack me before I was ready. And obviously, disciplined units fight better against Sparta, but I was overreacting to the threat. Pretty sure. Never know for sure, but because maybe they would have attacked. Well, I don't think they. No, because they're not affected by unit morale. But in terms of overreactive, if I built slightly fewer military units, maybe they would have attacked. Who knows? So I probably could have. Didn't know how close I was to underbuilding. There is a point Or they would have attacked me. I just don't know what that point is. I mean, Santiago is seething at me, so. Right. Boom.
Indigenous life forms.
Boom. Hardened. Disciplined. Hardened. Here we go. Disciplined. Attack with the disciplined unit. Didn't manage to level it up, but the disciplined ones are the ones I most need to level up. Try and use the hardened units on weakened Mindworms more. Because even though the less likely to get promotions, number of fights the unit will survive against weakened units so much greater that you'll more likely to have the unit survive to higher veterancy that way. Other ways to weaken units are, of course, disengages and yeah. Boom, boom. This unit doesn't need to repair instantly. 70% health is still enough to withdraw from Mindworms. Be at 20% after. Better about that. Spreading my rovers out so they can withdraw. Disengage. Perfecting my techniques for mindworm hunting. I am. Yeah, I do need to defend this probe team with something. Let's do that. Double stack, just to be sure, since I know that rover can't disengage. The probe team there, and I don't want to risk the probe team. Cloud damage will suck a little, but won't be enough to reduce the moves, at least the rover. Here I'm escorting this damaged rover to the monolith. This one I should defend since it's too slow to withdraw at this point. Cool. Leaves me this veteran rover. This veteran rover. Ah, this disciplined one. All these probe teams and a former. Instead of hurrying along this probe team, I'm going to hurry along the former. That has actual economic returns. I get a condenser done, and then then I can work that tile, start getting nutrients at border agency, so it can grow eventually to size 4. Don't lose its golden age then, but it'll have an extra mineral. So, yay. Might even get an econ point. Well, no, I mean, what am I saying? It'll lose econ points. So it'll lose a lab, gain a mineral, probably. If I keep a police unit, it'll keep it in golden age, so even that's not horrendous. Perfectly safe for the probe team there with all the rovers around that tile. Go here. What? It failed to move into a tile that had a unit already in it? What? I didn't think that was possible. Yeah. Oh well. Oh, that was a slow probe team, not a standard. Okay, that makes sense. It just had the second move queued. It's like I thought that was a 2-move probe team. That was a slow one. They look the same, annoyingly. Hmm. Needs to be like visual marker what's already moved. There is not. Probably should be. Eh. To explore, not to explore. Explore. Just to know if there was another pod out at sea. Early. Help me prioritize. This is also well protected if a Spartan unit were to come here and maybe I killed it, and then still had 2 moves left after winning the battle, and then another one came like a rover, could well, not a rover, but another one came in that could disengage on that fight, have room for it. It's a good defensive position, is the point, if I were to fight there for some reason. These guys are mining away. Excuse me. Should probably remain next city in case I find my worm and get damaged. That way. Keeping up the hunt. That's for sure. That's probably dumb if I found it. A mindworm there. Didn't have reinforcements severely available. Well, actually, it would have wriggled out, and this one then could have reached the tile. What am I saying? This former unit might get rushed next turn, so it's really like 2 to completion. So I should start pulling the transport back. Next turn I rush it. Maybe a turn after. Point is the transport can be useful. In a variety of ways. Hmm. Yeah, I'll leave this in place. It's a choice between a defensive bonus if attacked, but suffering collateral on the rover, or no defensive bonus, no collateral. Better off with the rover getting slightly damaged because there's other ones in the area. So even if the Scout Patrol loses, I'll do more damage there to Mindworm. Anyhow, because yeah, Rocky Tiles do give defense bonuses. I'm pretty sure of this because I messed with the scenario a little and saw that base tiles give a infantry defense bonus against Mindworms, so I can only assume Rocky Tiles would also give their defense bonuses. So stuff like morale, Rocky Tiles, Sentry Arrays, they all help, just not weapon and armor stats, unless it's like resonance armor that gives a little bit of help in side combat. That's only in the Alien Crossfire expansion because it's supposed to be alien tech, basically. Uh, hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Second stacked unit there. But this can add to a drive. Yeah. I'll have the alien artifact withdraw at the rate of the scout patrol. It's probably better than defending with the rovers, which could be skirmishing. Well, withdraw from this area is what I'm saying. Space Scout Patrol always escort the alien artifact, and the rovers will stay in the general area to weaken incoming Mindworms with disengage attacks, disengage combat, and sometimes finish stuff off and sometimes stack with the Scout Patrol. Let's see, rover's the least disposable. It's the one that should only suffer collateral damage there. No reason for that to be a designated defender. It's the only unit. I should send this here. Can try moving this fungus tile. There's Mindworms. I have 2 scout patrols in attack. If there aren't, maybe it succeeds moving, then it can get here. Cross back through the fungus to the base area. It's probably more useful. Better place to hunt for Mindworms than way out here with the infantry unit that can't return for pairs quick. Righty then. Probably the safest way to reach this is by sea. In this area too, most of it. This rover, well, I can get this part at least. Probably best to go there, so somehow it gets tapped and survives. It's closer to falling back. But yeah, it's trying to get through the fungus and then go explore that way. So go boom, boom, or something, or boom, boom. Actually, because of the rocks. Boom, boom, boom. Or, actually, maybe there's something over there I can go into. Now the probe team. Fast one. None of this annoyingly slow variety. Because they're cheaper. With units that don't cost support, it really is a trade-off between numbers and quality. Whereas with units that cost support, you want to invest more quality because otherwise you'll just kill your industrial production with support. Said I could probably rush a slow probe team every single turn. World Health Organization if I really wanted. You know what? That's a bit. So I want the Plasma Sentinels the moment. I'm saying. Before this, it's complete. So 4 turns I'll be done. Plasma Hyperbolt will take a while. Yeah, I can't ignore that. So cheaper. So probe teams. Basically, if I buy 9 minerals every turn, I can just keep rushing. Whereas with these, I buy 8 every other turn. So yeah, I can't use as much energy on them. Oh, wait. much energy in reserve. You know what? Boom.
Request confirmation.
No, it's 9 every other turn, or otherwise the overflow is a problem. What am I saying? Still, more energy in. Get those plasma sentinels soon enough. Maybe. After a couple more probe teams. If I am defending on the field with these mostly. Heck with it. It's easier to It's actually easier to train up the plasma defensive on Mindworms and such than the Sentinels. Come in hardened, I might be able to reach veteran that way before he upgraded a monolith. I'll take a few combats, but actually no, this won't come in at veteran. Still might manage to get an elite unit this way. Elite rovers can actually disengage from other rovers. The rover just has to be faster than the unit that attacks it, so that could have some real use eventually. When skirmishing Sparta. And I just did the analysis if the extra mineral is worth it on units that cost support. So, of course, plasma sentinels actually are the best unit for defending a base because of the infantry bonus on base defense. Scout skirmisher might be more cost-effective upgrade for my existing scout rover. We'll see. You know what? No. No. And I just delete this. This is a dumb design. I don't have any of these. Tire Scout Skirmisher. That was never a smart design. Where's slot number 1? I don't see anything. Oh, it's the obsolete Scout Rover. Still occupying the slot until I actually upgrade it. But yeah, I should invest heavily in quality over quantity of troops. So I don't crush my economy with more support costs. Alright then. Yeah, I'll have this in 5 years. 4, 3, 2. reason I'm doing that is I want to be absolutely certain. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. I don't know if you can swap over prototype production. I might want to do a trance plasma defense if it doesn't add cost. I mean, yeah. Except, yeah, I mean, I might not upgrade the scout. Revert to that, but if it's the same maneuver minerals for a new unit, I'll help with hunting my worms, not lead to death if I'm trying to get an elite rover. Alrighty then. This is defending former in theory. Yeah, it's risk of a ram mindworm attack is low. Quite low. The need for planet pearls is high. Still don't know where Zakharov is. I wonder if he's on this island. Until I find one of his bases, would I not actually know it's in his borders? Alright. Injured units back on the ship to get the heck out of Dodge. This no longer needs to be a designated defender. They're all pretty much the same. Go here so they're not all stacked up for collateral damage purposes. That could lead to getting attacked by Mindworm that then attacks the rest without a chance for immediate retaliation. Boom. Failed to move there. Interestingly, there's still should probably stay near where I can get repaired though with the Gah! How's the deeper pains, to say the least. Better attack it. Wait, the odds are 7 to 8. Oh, naval combat has 1-to-1 odds, none of the 3-to-2 thing. Apparently, the defender does not have a disadvantage on sea side combat. And I know that with air it's the same. Right. In that case, I'll hit it with long range fire. Failed, but if it succeeded, it would have made future side combat a little more likely to be survivable. Hmm. That's healing. Suppose there's a tiny chance that I can kill. I ran my worm attack. Tiny. Yeah. That, because if it found a mine worm and attacked, it would still have enough movement to get right back in the base. This close area is where it can reinforce stuff. Righty then, give me a sec. Alright, and this is getting really long, so I'm gonna cut it in a sec, but yeah, what I can do is try and get this former here, get this sensor done sooner. A couple reasons for that, including that can help get minerals in this plasma hover boat sooner, being one, but another is the Civil Rights Agency could really use another condenser so it grows even faster. UNHQ already has a massive +7 nutrient status. This could get up to +6 with a condenser, which would help. But by the time it's done, I think it's also got that mine there. It's true. So maybe the farm mine gets worked here instead. We'll figure it out. But yeah. And here, I thought about doing a road here, but actually I probably should help with this mine because minerals be worth something like 4 extra minerals for 1 more form return. Maybe 2, but still it's a worthwhile trade-off. Roads, eh. Yeah, from 5 turns to go to 3. So yeah, it's worth a couple minerals. What I might do is raise this tile up. Maybe I should do it here. I don't want to cut defense command off from the sea though. So maybe the tile north of it here, raise this forest up to create another land tile. Could be useful. Might make the river slightly higher elevation so it's less likely to get flooded if there's global warming. But still in the lowest elevation trough, so it shouldn't change the course of the river, I don't think. Since to go north, it would have to raise up like over 300 meters, over 400 meters actually. Hope I'm not wrong.
So mindworms don't really end up next to bases for move, so I think that's the closest it can be to the base, because it can't be diagonally or directly adjacent, I don't think. I don't want to go too far because need for repairs. And this rover is the very last unit. Hmm. Please
Turn complete.
go there. I could skirmish any worms from there. I'll mop anything up around here I find. Hunting for worms. Anyhow. Since array condenser looks good, so let's save, and I will cut this video. I wish you folks the best. Take care of each other, be kind yourselves, and may you always find a guiding star lead home. Adieu.